So I'm Dave Mormon, and I'm going to talk to you today about the 3 ways to scale up your cleaning business. And the reason I believe I'm qualified to speak on this, I've owned my cleaning business now for 8 years. I started it with $3,000 and have grown it now to total revenue. We've done close to $4 million in the cleaning space. And so I want to deliver for you on a silver platter. These are the best 3 ways that I believe you can grow your cleaning business. And quite honestly, if you own another trades business, junk removal, lawn care, landscaping, painting, all these same rules will apply. If you've spent any time on my channel, you're gonna know that we don't teach the technical here on the channel or on the podcast. We talk about business growth and business systems, sales and marketing, because that's what I believe moves the business to the next level, not you being the best window cleaner in your town. In fact, probably the best window cleaner in your town is not the owner that owns the best business or the biggest business in your town. So the first way to grow your cleaning business is going to be to brand yourself properly online. And follow me on this, because there's a few different buckets here when we talk about branding your business online. If you search in your area today, for me, I'm in Surrey, British Columbia in Canada. If we search for, let's say, pressure washing businesses in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, my company, Revive Services, I'm hopeful that's going to come up in the search, and then whoever's searching is going to click on the listing there on Google, and that's going to take them directly to our website. So that's the first thing I want to talk about, is how discoverable is your business online. And it took us about 3 years to actually get ourselves ranking onto Google for our search terms for window cleaning, for pressure washing, and for exterior house washing. Those were our search terms that we wanted to get our business found on. And this last year, we actually invested in overhauling our website. We worked with the team over at 180sites.com, and they built out for us a beautiful custom website. We've got so many compliments on it. And so our presence online already looks like a professional business, right? When the customer has not even had us necessarily out for any service yet, they're seeing our nice website, they're seeing our 500 plus Google reviews, maybe they're taking a quick spin on our Instagram page, and they're doing like almost like, are they legit or not type of test, because we want to make sure that companies pass, the sniff test, because consumers, BS radars in 2025, they're very finely tuned to sniff out like something doesn't quite look right with this company, or the website's like super dated. You guys know, you don't really want to put your information in a website that looks super rinky dink. And also, if your company is not discoverable on Google, it's going to be really difficult to find, right? It's kind of like that quote, the best place to hide a dead body is on the second page of Google. And now Google's made this infinite scroll, but the point remains the same. If your listing's buried down below and the searcher needs to scroll, you're not really going to get found. So you want to brand yourself well online. And I do want to make mention too of like the importance of your social media channels. And yes, your business, Facebook business page and your Instagram page, those are important. But as we move into more of an area of personal branding, I do think that's one I do want to comment on, because it's a quote that Dan Martell has that says, in today's day and age, your marketing department just became a media department. And so if you own your cleaning business today, you've got to get out on the job site and you got to get a camera like I'm filming on right here and make a selfie style video and say, what's up everyone? We're at this property, we're cleaning the windows, we're doing the outside windows, we're doing the screens. We'll be here for about an hour and a half, and we're hopeful to earn our customers 5-star review. After that, we're gonna be going up the street, doing some gutter cleaning, kind of sharing that behind the scenes. People wanna follow your journey, and it's really important that you utilize, I believe, your personal Instagram and your personal Facebook to share company updates and just be like your true authentic self. Because here's the thing, what I learned in my journey, the day, the hour, the minute you stop caring what people think about you, you just became infinitely more happier with where you are in your life. We care about what people think way too highly when quite honestly, like it doesn't matter. And like, why should we even care in the first place? It's robbing us of our own happiness. So you've got to get bold online, promoting yourself on those 3 ways I mentioned. Really nice website, worth the investment. Ranking your business your Google Business Profile, it's now called. It used to be called Google My Business, now Google Business Profile. Get that ranking, get the reviews coming in, create happy clients. And then thirdly, brand yourself well, specifically, I believe, for a cleaning business, Instagram and Facebook, and use your own personal profiles to share updates. You can't overdo it on video in my opinion. Get really nice photos. This is something our members at Home Service Business Coach, we work with them on very early in our program, like get professional photos done. Even at our own summit we host in Vancouver, we invest in a professional photographer to take photos of our members because we want them professionally branded. We want really nice headshots. It just, all these deposits sum up to passing the sniff test, to saying, okay, this business, Revive Services, or whatever your cleaning business is, they look legit. Therefore, let's proceed to the next step and let's get a quote from this company. So that's the first thing. Professionalize the industry, brand yourself well online, extremely important. Second best way to grow your cleaning business. I love this point. I could talk about this for hours, but I'll not go too crazy. That's hiring excellent people. So if you looked at me in home services now for 16 years, I've produced over 5,000 projects. We've done over 7 million in revenue in painting, cleaning, Christmas lights, and all that's great. But one that I'm really proud of, I've hired over 150 team members over those years to help power the team. And over those 16 years, most of those years, I've actually not had to do the work myself. And that's not because I'm sitting back here making YouTube videos. I'm actually forging ahead with business development, and I'm wanting to grow the business, right? It's not happy for me staying at 150 grand a year. It doesn't excite me. I want to be growing. I want to be scaling. And how you grow is you need to replace yourself, okay? The businesses that have grown in your market, the owners may not be any smarter than you. He or she has just done a better job at leveraging their time. And here's the key word: delegating tasks off their plate, okay? This is like full stop the most important thing, I believe, when growing any home service business. And I'll say it right here. The owner time blocking their time and learning to delegate, to not do everything in their business, but starting to build just a small team around you. If you've got a business right now below $1 million, you're probably 2 or 3 key hires away from like putting your business in a significantly better spot. And like 80% of you watching right now, a solid office manager and a solid lead technician would be 2 people that would buy back like 80% of your time and increase your happiness 80% and drop your stress by 80%. And we might say, well, Dave, I can't afford those people. I would push and say, you can't afford not to, because for me, my office manager buys me back 160 hours of my time per month, right? That I don't have to be in the office answering phones, creating schedule. I can go out and be the rainmaker, get this thing ringing at my office so that the office team can take calls and schedule in my crews. The other time eater upper, if that's a word, is your technical time, okay? You, the owner, having to go out to the job site to clean those windows or spray that house down for painting or demoss that roof. Those are all things that you need to be able to trust competent people to do. And this is where we screw up, I believe, is we don't have basic systems in place that attract great people in our company. And the reason we don't is because I believe most home service business owners have not yet personally grown themselves to a point where they can then attract and pull in great people into their world, okay? This is something I'm 16 years in progress. So if you're watching this and you're like, okay, this guy's not making this stuff up, right? This is actually legitimately a thing. I'm able to sell you on my vision and pull you into my universe and inspire you for what is possible with your business with these really 3 key simple points. But I'm telling you, like, the people development is the biggest thing in your company, but it doesn't start until you, the owner, actually grow yourself personally. And that's why, we've had over 300 companies now come through our program at HSBC. They think they're getting business coaching, and they are, but we're actually changing like the narrative going on right here in their brain. We're actually helping them first grow as people, and therefore their business is going to get pulled behind like a trailer being pulled behind a truck. We're first growing the person, and then we're growing the business as a byproduct of that personal growth. And like, I'll shut up about this in a second, but I believe in this so much. If you own a business today, the best thing you can do, not stocks, not real estate, it's literally investing in your own self-education, because when you dump into your brain and start growing as a person, you start pulling better people into your world. And like the 150 people I hired, they absolutely were not all rock stars, right? It was probably a third. 50 of them, amazing. Like if I had 10 Grahams or 10 Conrads or 10 Katrinas or 10 Steves, fantastic, like great employees, run my business, amazing, right? Then there's 50 probably B players, just average, steady Eddie, like 7 out of 10. They're here for a paycheck, but they're not really bought into the mission, and maybe they're only here for 1 to 2 seasons, right? In home services and cleaning can be a fairly transient industry. And then 50 were just like not good hires, right? They maybe last 2 weeks with us. We didn't do a great job screening them. Maybe we weren't able to get a hold of their reference. Maybe we hired them in our busy season and kind of panic hired them to just help with demand, and they weren't good fits, right? And so look at my story not as like, man, this guy can hire anyone and they're great. Like absolutely not. But I didn't let each failure of hire get me down. I kept the mission the same, that I only started my business for more freedom and more income and to create more impact locally and abroad. And to do that mission, I knew I was not able to do this all with just Dave doing everything. And so most owners, I think, they overestimate how much they can actually do personally, where me, I actually tried to underestimate. I'm like, this looks like a full job over here. I should put someone in place for this. I should put someone in place for this and someone in place for this. And like to have the audacity as a business owner to say, I'm gonna pull people into my world and I'm gonna go to their property, their home, their most prized possession, and provide service and not think that I'm gonna need a team to help me do that is crazy, because this phone's gonna ring. You have your online business reputation to manage. You've got to go do the service itself. You've got to pay bills. You've got to receive payments. You've got to do the estimates. You've got to do the scheduling. Like for the owner to do that, totally makes sense. You can't get past 200 grand because you don't yet have those skills to pull people in your universe to build a team around you. So like if you're not willing to self-develop and grow yourself, I would personally just stay an owner operator and like cap at 200K, because if you try hire people and you don't have the skill set of hiring, you're gonna have a really, really hard time scaling your business. So that's all I'll say in the people department is just extremely important. Don't underestimate it and grow yourself first, and then you'll start pulling in some good people. The last thing I guess I'll say is build some systems for people too, right? We have our own hiring playbook at HSBC. We build out for our members, like here's what your job ad needs to say. Here's an online application form. Here's a team member survey. This is how you do a performance review. This is your interview template. This is like literally, boom, business in a box. This is exactly how you do it. So I'm just so passionate about systems and hiring people, because it has literally made my life run like clockwork for the last 16 years. Massively important.
So if you want to take the next step in scaling your business to the next level, you're going to want to check out our Scaling Blueprint program. We've worked with hundreds of home service business owners now all around the world, where we've actually built out the systems for them in their customized branding and provided them with coaching from our 7-figure coaching team. If you want to learn more about that opportunity, then go ahead and click the link right here. Now let's get back to the episode.
Final point, scale your cleaning business, comes to client retention. I love the cleaning business because it recurs. Clients recur with the nature of your business, which, you know, I've had a painting business for 10 years. There's not really a recurring element. In fact, if you're doing the exterior paint job year over year, you're probably screwing something up, right? So usually 7 years is like a sweet spot for repainting, 7 to 10. And of course we can go inside and paint for that client, but it's still not really recurring. It's like cross-selling, right? From exterior painting to interior painting, where with recurring element, we'll do window cleaning, or we'll have clients, we clean their gutters twice a year. We have a whole hundreds of Christmas light clients will go out every season, right? That's recurring, and that's a beautiful thing in business, because if you can build a recurring business versus a one-off business, you're gonna be significantly better. And it's such a nice thing for me. We have now over 8,000 contacts in our CRM on Jobber, and about 4,000 of those have given us money, have hired us. So we're able to re-engage them, whether that's a text campaign or an email campaign, and say, you know, hello client, before we get really busy, wanted to do a quick check-in with you. We'd love to get you back on the schedule for your service. You know, please text here if you want to get a quote and schedule, right? And we'll have days where we'll have people text in gutter cleaning, like just quotes flying out of our office and rebooking people. Because again, if you just do a good job and you rebook people on your schedule, you're good to go. And like we found a sweet spot reaching out to our customers for maybe 5 times. I think we did 5 times this year, 5 email outs through our CRM on Jobber. And a great way, we booked over 6 figures this year just of recurring work, getting clients back to our schedule. So like really, like it all starts with, there's a few things here, but you want to build a machine that can run without you, the owner. And in fact, controversial, your business should, like the ultimate compliment to an entrepreneur is when your machine works without you, the owner. And that's a beautiful thing if you can make that happen and make it happen profitably. It doesn't excuse you from, doing tasks in your business. There's still people that, won't get along. There's still leadership meetings you're gonna need to do. For me, I'm still the marketing director in my business, so I really wear it like a badge. Like I've got to keep this phone ringing for my team to stay busy. And that gets tough, in seasonal markets, but that's really the big mission that I have. And I want to have a great team to be around me to be able to do that. And again, like I talked about, that's another skill set. But the greater that team does service and gets reviews and does work, means we're going to have a better online reputation, which was my first point. And if we do great work, people are going to want us to come back time and time again. And to get granular, like we call this our 3 R's. Every single job site, we want the 3 R's from our team, from our service team, okay? First R is a 5-star review. Second R is a referral, whether that's an online referral, posting in a Facebook group, or referring to a neighbor. We want to get a referral. And number 3 is a receivable, okay? We actually charge a deposit before we even show up on the job site. And then the money's due when the job is done, right? Like within the next couple days type of thing. So we don't run a 45-day payment plan. Like we do a lot of residential work, right? We'll have longer payment terms for some commercial and multifamily stuff we do, but for resi, we're getting paid right away with those 3 R's, like I mentioned. So, to wrap up, we covered a lot here in this training. And if you listen this far, 17 minutes in, hit up in the comments, just say, man, this one point, like I completely agree with, or this is like a light bulb moment for me. Cause I like these trainings to be, somewhat interactive. And if you're listening on the podcast, like drop a review for us. We've been able to get reviews. We're over 500,000 downloads now, which is amazing. We need your reviews to reach more people to get this message out. Cause I push out a ton of free content, our whole team does. And of course we have our paid coaching program as well. And you can learn about that at homeservicebusinesscoach.com. But we want to push out free value. And all we ask is a comment on YouTube or a review on the podcast. That's literally it. So I'd ask that in return if you did watch this far. But at the end of the day, if you want to move your cleaning business to that next level, these are the 3 things you need, right? Like we covered today. You got to build your brand online. You've got to hire excellent people who are competent and can run the business, and a lot goes into that, like we talked about. And number 3, you got to focus on client retention. You got to re-engage your clients. If you do those 3 things through 2025, this next year, you're gonna have a much better business. So I'm Dave Moorman. I'm founder, CEO at Home Service Business Coach and at Revive Services. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a lot of value in this video, and I hope you have an incredible year up ahead.